Nick Wilkins outside the London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. 3 home losses in a week. It can't get any worse, can it?
No, like, I really wanted to calm down before I come on to you today. Like, I'm still raging inside, so God knows what's going to come out my mouth. But where do we start with the whole situation? First of all, I feel, how many times have we gone on this season with being such slow starters? Like, I think we've got the worst performance of goals in the first half, first of all. Like Jamie said, we have to be almost reactionary before we do anything. There's no proactiveness to our style of play. Several times when Moyes broke through in the first half, second half, there's no one in front of him. He always has to wait for people to buddy up alongside him before he lays it off. There's nothing there. Then obviously the substitution situation. Where do we all start on that? I'm sure I won't be the first person to say it today. And I don't know what they're going to come out and say. Whether they're going to say Antonio is sick or he's not well enough to play, or I don't know what you guys have heard about Antonio. But if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough.
He weren't on the bench.
He weren't on the bench at all. So where is he?
No, I don't know. It wasn't just that. I think Leicester couldn't have had a better start because they come here and done exactly what they wanted to do. We had a couple of early chances, didn't take them. They got an early goal. That's what Brendan Rodgers would have been saying to them. Get an early goal, shut the crowd up, and that's exactly what they did. And they had it. The thing is, we didn't make it difficult for them. We picked the same team.
Well, no, that's exactly it. So that's what Rodgers would have said. So what's Moyes said then? Surely Moyes should have said they're going to try and come at us, like quieten the crowd, get an early goal. So Moyes has got to take responsibility for that as well. And like I was saying earlier, he's so reactive, and he has been like all season. Obviously, I'm not from London, but I come to watch West Ham quite a lot, and he doesn't just go right from the kick-off. We'll attack them, make them think. It's always let them attack and then we'll think. It's always reactive, it's never proactive. You've got the players to go for it. Don't know what's happened with Bowen at the minute, especially last season he was unbelievable. This season he hasn't really turned up, especially with the World Cup going on. You'd expect him to be a little bit more passionate, a little bit more going for it. But Scamacca, again, you've brought a player in who's clearly got the quality, same as Haller a few seasons ago.
Don't put no one round him.
Exactly.
Nothing,
So
no support at all.
So Moyes for what, 2.5 years has said, I've been desperate to get a striker in. Well, you've got the striker that you wanted now. You're not going to play around him. You're not going to play with strengths. It doesn't really make any sense to me. Leicester, they weren't the best today either. That's the thing. To me, watching the amount of possession and how we played, how West Ham played, should have put them under pressure. Their keeper isn't great. He's probably one of the worst keepers in the Premier League. Didn't really challenge him whatsoever. He didn't really didn't have a save to make really. That was on target. And yeah, it's just you can tell it's frustrating. And people around where I was watching, people seem to just really, really want Moyes out. And in my opinion, if it wasn't for the European competition, he probably would be out.
Do you think they could make the change during this World Cup? Got 6 weeks now to make some decisions, because if we come back after the World Cup like this, we're going to go down.
But who we got then, Nick? Who would you say? If you could throw some names at me.
It's not my job, mate. It's
Yeah,
not your job,
no,
either.
exactly.
Money,
so I can
without
speculate.
throwing a lot of money, it's just another risk, really, isn't it?
The amount of money he's had as well, like, and the backing he has had this year, we can't blame the board at this current time. Like, they backed us this year. We've got the money's been spent, but whether it's been spent wisely or not is completely questionable. You could say people like, you've got Pochettino out there, but realistically, is he going to come to West Ham? I just can't see it. Then you're scratching around Bielsa. I can't really see beyond that point. Other than that, like, you've got to have someone. What's bring back in here? I don't know. Fucking bring back Sam. It's ridiculous.
So what do we change then? What do we change? That's the $1 million question.
That is.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have West Ham have got the players there. They showed last season and the season before that they can attack players. Don't sit back and wait to see what the other teams do. Go, especially at home. Go for it and then see, and then let them react. Let them react to West Ham and how they're playing instead of the other way around. Especially at home when you've got the support there. You've got 60,000 people desperate to see what they saw last season and the season before. But instead, it's bizarre. It's like, right, how are they going to set up? How are they going to play it? Right, we're 1-0 down now. As soon as the goal went in, West Ham just completely changed, and they were more dominant, more on the attack, and that should be from the off. It shouldn't be the other way around, especially not at West Ham at home. Just go for it, and then let them react, not let West Ham react. It's just too late. And he made 2 subs. Only one of them was by choice.
The other one was forced.
The other one was forced. It's just bizarre. If it's not working,
Ring true, does it? It doesn't. It's not the same guy.
Well, that's it. If it isn't working, change it up then. And then, because at least take it away from the fans to have that conversation. Like, if he'd change it up, and then at least people go, right, well, at least he tried, he changed it up. Whereas people are having the conversation where he's not making the substitutions, which from my recollect, that was the same last season. People saying, why is he waiting until the 85th minute to change it up? He's picked that squad. He's picked the team for today, even on the bench. So if he's not going to change it up and use them, why have them on the bench at all? If it isn't working, change it up. Let's say it's just bizarre.
Since I'm supporting West Ham as far as I can remember, I think individually we probably got the best squad of individuals that I've ever seen at this club. And like start of the season, I was absolutely buzzing. Thought we've got the best team. We've got an exotic player like Paqueta coming in. We've got that striker I've been needing for the last few years in Skamaka. And then it's just a style of play. Like the style of play is just not linking well. And the only way I can link that back is to the manager. That's who it falls on. He's the one who spent the money. He's the one who will support these players in. He's the one trying to gel the players because as individuals, it's the best I've seen. It's the best squad on paper I've seen here.
He cried out for the striker, and he's got it. He's got it. And let's see, he cried out beforehand. You got Sebastian Haller, who was proved when he went to Ajax that he is one of the best strikers in Europe. You didn't play to his strengths. Now you've got Skamaka in, not playing to his strengths, and it's exactly the same. And if you're not going to play to the player's strengths, then they're obviously just going to get more and more frustrated. So, yeah, it's just.
Cheers, fellas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers, mate.